Good morning, guys. I have a little update. I'm going to do a flip through the Hobonichi. There's not that much there. I didn't have a good February. I sprained my ankle really bad, and then right after, well, I'm not even done with that. I have to start physical therapy, but right after I had my follow-up, monthly orthopedic appointment, I got the flu the next day. So there really isn't, anything earth-shaking or different. Joey was at the emergency vet because Joey swallowed one of her bones. So I decided to keep that in here. The Hobonichi is a really good place to... Yeah, that's a pretty bad shot in my ankle. That's when I sprained my ankle. So I'm going to flip through and talk a little bit, I think, about my feelings about planners for me. And it kind of started when Marianne did a video and talked about how she separated planning and tracking. And I've been thinking about it for a really long time and finally did something about it yesterday. But I used my Hobonichi as a planner all last year. I used it for everything all last year. And I started out doing the same thing this year. Well, I started in an A6. It was just too small. So I bought the A5. And see, we're in a period here where I'm basically sitting in a recliner. Not doing too much. I mean, sometimes I would play around and I would doodle. But honestly, there was not much happening in my life. I had gotten a few of the little planner drawing books from Amazon Japan, and what I found I really liked was borders. I've been playing around mostly with borders and having a really good time with them. I've done some portraits again of the dogs, and that brought me back to the situation where I just didn't really feel I had a good way to track them. A lot of people asked me about this. I posted a picture. This was the actual temperatures for the whole month of February, and not getting into how awfully cold February was, but you can get this at the end of, well, you can get it at the beginning of the month, but it's just the projected temperatures, and every one of these was colder than the projected temperatures. So I thought maybe a better way to keep track of weather might be to print out one of these at the end of each month. And these aren't hard to find. They're on the Weather Channel, but they're also on a lot of other channels. All I did was Google February 2015 monthly temperature and then my city and state, and it came up. So for all people who ask me about that, that's how you get that. And just, playing with my pens, border, whatever. I really didn't do anything. I mean, the times that I did write something down to do, I rarely ever did it. This is another picture I did. This is Glenda's dogs. Are they not adorable? That's Mickey and Moo. And this was the other video I posted about how I lost a lot of stuff with friction markers. Now, when I posted that, almost half of the people said, oh, just put it in the freezer, it'll come back. But I had actually, the video I did and the Facebook posting I did said, you know, I had already put it in the freezer for like half an hour. And some of it is pretty much unreadable. Some of it came back fairly well. Some of it didn't come back that well at all. I don't think that the friction pens are as susceptible. The markers are a sort of a watered down color, and I think that that's probably reflected in how well they come back or don't come back. So yeah. So I've pretty much put all my frictions in a bag, and I'm trying to decide what to do with them. I have a lot between the pens and the markers, and I may keep the highlighter because that's not that important, but Joey's having just a nut fest here. What are you doing, Joe? Hey, Joe. No, she's not going to move. Okay. Oh, there she is. Hey, Joe. What you doing? What you doing? Huh? Hi. 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 Yeah. She's a little more enthusiastic and active than Ventura, which is fun now, but boy, in the beginning it was really challenging. Joey, go lay down. Go ahead, go lay down. No, Joey, she doesn't listen that well either. Joey, go lay down. Go. Joey, go. No. Joey, go. Go lay down. Okay, that's a good girl. Yeah. Good girl. Yes, baby. Tail's always going. She's easy to see at night because of that little paintbrush at the end. Okay, so this was an idea I thought was really good for a kitchen. It's a painted pegboard, and I think I may do that. And I got some more pencils. I got Prismacolor this time, so I kept the fold out. So here's the thing. I think Marion is right. I think planning is separate from tracking, and I think storage, you know, keeping things that you want to refer back to is an entirely different thing. And I need all those things. So that's probably why I was so turned upside down by the friction marker. So what I've been doing beyond the Hobonichi, which is pretty much what I've been doing since, well, the Hobonichi I've been in since the beginning of last year, and this I have been in since I would say sometime at the end of last year. And while certain things about it have changed, the setup or the main focus really isn't, because what I want to do is plan, track, and store. And I think I can do that in a variety of ways. I think, oh, hi, you too? Hi. Oh, come on, baby, will you lay down? Huh? Will you lay down now? Yes. I know. Okay, yeah. So I had, what I used most of the time were the DIY Fish monthly pages, the Midori week on a page with notes, and that was it pretty much. At one point I was going to try to do like storage in here too. This is the big, this is the plain paper with a lot of pages, the thick one, and it just was like too thick. So yesterday I just sort of had a meltdown over it. I mean, it's a little thick already, but with that it was a lot. So I have my Baumkuchen Essential card holder. I think that's what it's called. I'll put a link down, but it's so good. I've used it since December, and it looks as beautiful, maybe more, than I did when I got it. This is the Midori insert, the week on a page with notes. And I had the DIY Fish monthly pages in a separate little book. I guess I put them in a separate cover, but honestly, I'm just as happy with them, you know, just wash it in, basically. And I was doing a lot to these monthly pages, but I think I just got a little, I needed something simpler. Now, this was back in December, and working really well, I would say. I was able to keep track of everything I needed and specific things I wanted to know about. The dog pictures, I put little post-its out the sides. And this is, I don't know where January is. This is February. Oh, January was back there. This is February, and it was just like so much. When I looked at it, I was like, oh God. So this month I'm doing a more simpler kind of thing, which is really just coloring like items the same and just writing stuff in and leaving the blanks blank because I'm a little overwhelmed with all the stuff and colors. I needed something zen, I think. So this was last week. This is when I got the flu. Could have done without that. This is this week, and then I decided that I wanted I wanted a page a day, and what I did was I bought the I've bought a lot of DIY Fish trial packs, but I bought the full set of monthlies this year, and I just bought the full set of day to a page. And the thing with the whole, like when you buy them and you get them all, is that I can't really rearrange them. I can't separate them out. I can't just put the months in, you know, just stick a month in. It's just easier for me to buy the parts separately. So that worked out better for me. I'm sure it's a more expensive option, but it's certainly better to have something that works and, you know, pay a little more. It doesn't matter with the ringed inserts, but the Midori inserts are laid out in a specific way, so you can't really flip them around very easily. So this is my planning page, basically. And I've just started today's, and it's a good size. I mean, it's pretty much like half an A5 almost, which is really a good size for me. And the other thing that I did is I'm using some tracking boxes, some of Marianne's tracking boxes, and I'm just sort of playing around with them and trying to see how they work for me, because I think she's right. I think tracking is different than planning. And when I had everything all together, it was really hard for me to go back and find anything, you know, that I needed without flipping through every single page. And the way my Hobonichi was last year, it would be very hard to find something, even if I knew like around the time that it was, because the pages were full. So The tracking boxes have been really good. Now, I'm using them for different things. So some days I may be tracking medicine, particularly when I had the flu and I had to add a medicine. Some days I'm writing like a grocery list on them. And so I can separate it out by stores, like I can do Target and the grocery store and CVS and whatever, and just sort of make an ongoing shopping list. And then I just paper clip on the receipts. And so I have a whole record of what I'm spending. The other thing that I'm doing is, well, I'm having a party this weekend, so I separated out the tasks in types of tasks, and I've also started to separate out what I want to do for spring cleaning, like each room or each type of task can have a box. So these are just blank, and that's something that's working out for me. So pretty much that's what's going on. I know it's really hard to get a setup that works for you, and I think really what I needed to do first was to figure out what I need a planner to be able to do, and I think some are just more able to do certain tasks. And I guess really that's it. I just wanted to make a quick flip through, even though there wasn't much to see, and sort of give you an idea about, you know, how I was thinking about planning in general. You know, I think if something is working for you and another part of it isn't, it's probably really important to get rid of the part that isn't and not all of it and start over. For me personally, that's just a disaster. You know, for me, sometimes it's better to stay with a system that doesn't work than to change the whole thing, because that's just disorienting and then I just can't find anything. So I guess that's it for now, and thanks so much everybody. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.